Good morning and g'day, mate, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere with myself and Icarus here. And today's episode, we're working on the project on my right. Well, my left, your right. Yeah. We're also working on that thing. We're working on having everything shipped to us. I don't care where I am on the planet, in this system, or anywhere in the galaxy. I want to have stuff shipped to me. So we're doing a couple of researches. We did get green science up and running last episode. It's now fully up and running. We have green cubes popping out everywhere. That should keep our science running nice and flat out. Yeah, science is going great. Sure. There's 7,000 cubes ready to go. Yeah, we've got a bit of science. But as you can see, I've depowered everything here. Because what I want to do is I want to be able to ship or request to have shipped anything that exists in here to me anywhere in the galaxy, which is going to require a couple of these things, a couple of these interplanetary stations. So I'm going to start with one. Can I go with that type? Just there. That'll do us. I'm going to go with one right there. And you might notice our copper patch is finally going away, but that's something else I should probably mention. A lot of the patches on this planet are disappearing. So, like, I'd love this patch to go away, but meanwhile, other patches are just completely gone. Like, I've got to have this patch and this patch. We only set up like 3 episodes ago. They've mined out enough that I actually have to have a second tower importing iron from off-world, iron ore, to run this build. Eventually, now we've got a smelting planet set up, I will be swapping over these to just import iron plate, but that's a future project. We're getting there slowly. So, back to this topic. I need a tower that does not do any of those things. Bad tower. Okay, in that tower, I want to import all these lovely things we have here. So, first thing I'm going to import is going to be large logistics vessels. Second thing I'm going to import is logistics drones. Third thing is going to be sorters. Fourth thing is going to be belts. That tile, upper tile, up and over, down to ground level, and into there. Fourth thing is going to be assembler Mark IIIs, which we just finished researching, just like as the episode started. So I could now set a recipe on that at least. In theory, we have both those items, and I'll just plug them in between episodes. One's going to come from here. The other one's going to come from... I'm not sure where. But that's a later JD problem. So, that's the first thing I want to do. I want to be able to import all these items into one tower. Okay, in this one tower, obviously, we're going to need some big shippies. I have big shippies. There we go. Some big shippies. The other thing I want to do is I want to make sure that minimum loaded drones, so that's the little guys. The little guys don't really matter because I'm not going to be shipping anything around on this planet. But the big guys, normally they default to 100%, so they don't leave until they can carry a full load. For us, at this tech level, 100% is 600 items. Now, I don't necessarily want them to ship off 600 items. I want them to ship off 1%, which is 60 items. At least 60 items, okay? They can't leave unless they're carrying at least 60 items. It also means that when the research finishes out, they actually move 1,000 items. So it means I'm going to be basically having to call in 100 of whatever I choose to put into this tower. So going through the list, we put in large vessels, small drones, belts, sorters, and the other assembler. Okay, 4 big shippies, 100. 4 drones, probably 400, because each time I dump them in tower, we go through 50, actually probably 500. 500. 4 belts, all important belts. I don't know if 2,000 is enough, honestly. For sorters, because let's be honest, anything that you put down. Let's go with a smelter. You have 1 input and 1 output, which means you go through 2 sorters. But a lot of assemblies have like 3 inputs and 1 output. That's 4 sorters per machine. So I'm going to go through a fair number of these. So we're going to start with 500. I fully expect later on I'll up that to like 2,000. Assemblers, I'm going to start off with 100. Mainly because I don't think I have the infrastructure to actually support 500 at a time, which is actually what I'll probably set the number to later on. So, with that done, what I now want to do is I want to output all these items onto these belts. So in a little bit, when they get power, they can export into this tower. Now, this tower obviously, well, obviously first off it needs power, so we'll do that. Obviously, it's also going to need warpers. I'm going to probably just pull warpers from another local tower. Well, actually, you need 2 items, so maybe I'll have a tower. Maybe we'll just... It's not a bad idea, JD. We'll just put a tower... Come on. Actually, do I need a big tower? No, I don't even need a big tower. Where's the little tower? Little baby tower. That box over there. One baby tower. Put the baby tower there. And then we're going to bring in warpers. Demands. Because there'll always be warpers on this planet. Always. And then probably to make my life easier, I'm going to bring in quantum chips and particle broadband in on this tower as well. Demand. Well, 1 out of 2 items showed up. That's a good start. Technically, I don't even have to power it up because it'll just have other ships deliver to it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my belts. I'm going to take a belt out of here for my warpers. Run it into slot number 6 of this tower. So we can see we have warpers in slot number 6. I'm then going to take my warpers out of slot number 6 on this tower and run them straight into this tower. Cool. With that done, you now have warpers, you have warp vessels. We can now ship things around to other planets after Jetty fixes the power problem. To fix the power problem, we'll do that in a second. Next thing I want to do is I want to ship out... So that was 5 items from sort of like this top right-hand corner. I want to take 5 items from the top left-hand corner. So we're going to grab yet another tower. Sure. What 5 items do I want? I'm not entirely sure. I know what 3 of them are. That counts, right? Okay, we're going to put that there. That seems like a reasonably good spot for it. Okay, we're going to clear, and clear. I want to have, obviously, orbital collectors. I also am going to want interstellar logistics towers. I don't think I actually want the crappy towers, but there's a chance that I might. So, because there's a chance that I might, I'm going to bring them. Actually, I'm going to bring... No, we should be okay. We're going to bring them along and put them also into this tower. You know what? You can go that way. Okay. Just to confirm, it sort of actually reaches. It does. Cool. You output, and you output. At the same time, in a case of a lot of these boxes, I've actually increased their internal buffer. Actually, you're going to go up to 16 slots. 16 slots. So, we're going to bring in buildings. The little towers, the bigger towers, the gassy towers. You are going to do 100 and 100 and 100. I'd like less, but 100 is the minimum I can set these things to. Okay, next thing I'm going to want is I'm going to want... I don't know. We'll leave that one for now. We'll come out to the front, and now I want to look for 5 items along the front of the buildings that I definitely want. So, first one I can see right here, it's going to be wind turbines. Whether you like it or not, wind turbines are the best power poles because you can click and drag them. And at the end of the day, you have 2 finite resources inside this game. One is your time. That is a very, very finite resource. The other one is the limit of your processor. So how far you can push your computer before it starts going, no. We're going to play this game at 1/2 game speed because that's as fast as I can run the game for you. So, because my time is limited, I am definitely going to abuse the fact that I can drag wind turbines around a planet, and I will put them on planets that don't even have wind. I don't care. It saves me time, and that's what matters. Next one's going to be sorters. I have a feeling... Woo, wrong button. Don't take it from the building. We want to take it from the box. There to there. I did the same here, didn't I? Yep. Rookie mistake. So the reason I want to take them from the box is it means that I can have a very, very large storage in the box. Okay. So, you know, in the case of this is what? 200? 400? 400 in storage in the box. Plus I can have over here, we can have, say 100 wind turbines. Probably more like 200. But I can have 200 in the tower, plus I can have 200 in the box, plus I can have some amount on the belt. So if I request out the full 200 and the tower is now empty, rather than me having to wait and potentially wait a very long time for this to make another 200, it can just empty the box really, really quickly into the tower. Same goes definitely for the splitters. I've capped that to 150. Chance of me using 150 in one hit is slim to none. But, you know, there's a chance. Same story, we're just going to set you to 100. Okay, next one is not going to be labs. I don't think, if I need labs, I'll come pick them up by hand. Next one is going to be fluid tanks, which should go to that belt. And yes, I'm running belts over belts. It's fine. We don't really need to see what's underneath anymore. Because whatever's underneath should be done and dusted by now. And actually, you need to come out one more belt. Reason you have to come out one more belt is going to be because I actually want the item behind you as well being chemical plants. So you need to go up, not just one. Actually, no, we can go up one tile. There you go. Plug that in there. And then you'll notice right here, I actually have 3 belts passing over one another at a 1 tile height. Because this one's at ground level. This one's a weird belt. And it's at half height. So if I come here, I raise this up. You'll notice we go from, starting the line, we go ground level. Come on. Ground level, then half height, then full height. Okay, if I build that, and then I remove the full height belt, it looks like it's full height when it's ghosted in. It's not full height. And then go from there and keep dragging along. I end up with a half height belt. So if we put that over the top, I have a half height belt, which is really, really handy sometimes when you're doing little builds like this, which do not have a lot of space. So that is going to give us chemical plants as well. We're going to have an output. Okay, so we have wind turbines, we have splitters, we have fluid tanks, chemical plant. What else am I missing? Nothing. That's the 5 items, or four items. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is going to be power poles. Fluid tanks 100. Chemical plants, believe it or not, 200. Power poles 200. Okay, so we're going to grab power poles. They're going to come from... that iron line's sort of probably going to be in our way. Okay. We're going to bring them up there. Across to there. Down to there. Into there. You are going to need some big shippies. I don't have any big shippies. We can grab a stack of big shippies out of there. Throw them in there. I do need to get warpers in here still. And warpers will probably come from... You don't happen to have warpers. Probably come from this tower. I'll just bring it out. Oh, actually, let's just do it now. Item number 6. 1, 2, 3. High to get over the miners. The miners that I'm still hoping burn out fairly quickly. And plug that into there. So that should give us warpers into this tower. And you should be good to go. Next tower is going to be as close this way as I can. And did I put down... No, I didn't put output. Okay. Output. And you already have output as well. Okay, so next tower is going to have some critically important items. One of them is going to be... Okay, tower, you're officially in my way. We'll talk about you in a minute. First one is going to be miners. Okay, we're going to use a lot of miners. Next one is actually going to be the wireless power tower. I don't know how many of these I'm actually going to want in my life, but I think I prefer it if I had the option of getting them rather than not having the option of getting more inventory space. Excellent. Next one is going to be oil extractors. And then we have the oil refinery beside it. Bring that up to there. So that's 4 belts out so far. And then I think the last one, the very last one is going to be the smelter. Do I want storage boxes? I don't think I do. Okay, you have 2 free slots. Okay, we're going to actually go the other way. So we're going to take that one out there, that one out there. And I'm going to use my 2 free slots in this tower to take out the oil stuff. Which means you now have a straight belt from there to there. You from there to there to there. See, this is why you plan things as you go. Okay, so that'll give us those 2. That means I now have room for smelters. Let's try that again. 2 tiles, plus storage boxes, plus thermal power plants. Again, I don't know whether I'm going to need thermal power plants. I can only think of like 1 or 2 situations where they're going to be fairly helpful. But I'll put them in. Oh, that is so wrong. I'm going to put them in the network because the last thing I want to do is be 10 light years away from home or further. And then suddenly realize that I need something and it is literally miles away. Hang on, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, alright, so we're going to put down a tower here. Come on, Bolt, fly higher. Okay, we're going to clear, 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 and clear. I'm going to put some logistics vessels in there. We're going to have ray transmission effect level 1 done. We're going to run that belt into there. Okay, and then that belt into there. Next belt. And you can go to there, 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 and you... Come on, straight lines, semi-straight lines. Okay, you there to there to there. Okay, so we had wireless power tower. We had miner. Yep, miner. Smelter. Small box. I didn't bother automating the big box because again, boxes are something you just don't use that many of. Okay, set you to 100. 100 smelters. Dead set 1,000. Miners. Probably 100. It takes a very long time to go through 100 miners. Okay, so that's all done. Did I put... No, I didn't put sorters on any of these belts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I set you 2 up? No. So we want oil extractors, refineries, again, 100 apiece. Nothing too silly there. Okay. So it does leave a couple of things. Like, I do not have satellite substations in the network at all. I don't have fractionators in the network at all. I don't have, I think, oh, and I don't have labs. Labs are not in there either. I don't honestly think I'm going to need any of these things. Or if I do, I'm just going to go for a very long flight back home. I don't see a better answer. But I do need to power up things with satellite substations. Because I pulled out all the power poles before the episode started. Because I needed these tiles up and down to run these belts. And you got to remember, previously they were full of all sorts of things like power poles. So all the power poles have been ripped out, and they have been replaced with now 3 satellite substations. Again, I'm not terribly keen that they use 720 kilowatts just to exist, but I'll accept it for this particular project. Okay, I need to bring out slot number 6. Run it up to there, down to there, into there. So that should give that one warpers, and at the same time, you have warpers, sir. That can go away. Slot number 6 into there. Okay, so that should give that one warpers as well. Now, 2 things you might notice. 1, well, everything's turned on. 2, we don't have nearly enough resources on the belts to keep up with any of this stuff. Like, these belts under here that I've buried, they're looking very barren. Very, very barren. So, a couple of things I want to do. First thing is, I want to be able to click on that tower from anywhere. Oh. Well, I can grab the sorters out at least. Okay, I'm going to grab the sorters. We're just going to manually grab some as well. I want to grab the belt. I probably want to... Oh, there is no... Oh, no, there is. Okay, manually grab some belts. I'd really love assembler Mark 3s. Okay, we worked out that... Okay, so you have those at least. And then quantum chips I intentionally didn't put in the network. Hang on, let's go back. Let's just grab a stack of 50. Level 2. Level 2. You. Yes, I want all of those. Okay, quantum chips are part of green science, which is over here. Now, this is a closed loop. I intentionally don't let items out of this network, but there is absolutely none spare. They're being burnt up, turned into green science as fast as possible. Okay, so those storage boxes we don't use much of. Well, we do use them occasionally for particular items. One of them is going to be, hey, I would like you to take all of the quantum chips you see off the belt. Just all of them. Yes, I need to build a dedicated quantum chip build. Very, very dedicated. Because there is a number of items we need that are going to need quantum chips. That's 3. That's a start. Okay. Give me a minute. Give me a minute to get these up and running. I want probably a dozen or more in my inventory. That's 6. Yeah. Look, just give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Let's let the game run a little bit. Let's get as many of these as I can. You're short on strange matter. Strange matter short on pink things. Pink things are short on no idea. Yeah. Alright, give me a minute. Well, I think that'll do us. Yeah, another 100 and something. Okay, so I want to have lots of those. No, I'm actually out of assemblers. Now, the reason I want half a dozen of these is because there are certain items that I want to be able to make at full speed. Like belts and sorters. Because whether you like it or not, you go through a fair number of belts and sorters. So, where are we? We want to go to... Oh, there's no belt. No, that's what I want. I want those. I'm out of that. Cool, that'll do us. And put all that back in there. Cool, done. Mark 3s? Mark 3s. I have no Mark 3s. I still have quantum processors. Did I run out of assemblers again? Yeah. Alright, give me half of that back again. Give me those. Cool. Now we're done. They can go in there. Raise the bar. Put that back. Drop the bar back down. Put those in there. Okay. So the main reason I want to do that is I want to upgrade belts and sorters, not the facilities. And I want to use the upgrade button. And then what I actually want to do is I want to, well, upgrade everything. The game will have a heart attack because we're on chain upgrade. Yeah. So it's trying to upgrade a lot of belt. ran out of something. Okay, so the other advantage I have of having these boxes means I can dump my Mark 1 belt in there, it'll get upgraded. My Mark 2 belt in there, it'll get upgraded. I can come over here and I want several hundred of those, it seems, and 800. 800 seems like a good number. Okay, come back to here because I can see there are green sorters everywhere. So first off, we'll just upgrade all the sorters. Actually, I want to upgrade 2 levels. Yeah. I think... No. Oh, we found some new ones. Are we done yet? Surely we're done. Oh. Oh, I'm hitting belt occasionally. Oh, I left belt on. Okay, alright, fine. Next thing we want to do is, yes, I want to do belts. I want to chain upgrade all those belts. Okay, and all those belts. And all those belts. Yeah, the game noticeably slows down when you select 10 belts at the same time and say chain upgrade. Okay, that one. No, I am out of belt again. But we should notice a couple of things. One, actually, let's go with... Oh, you have no iron. Oh, good job. Good job, JD. We chewed up all the iron. Oh, wow, we did chew up all the iron. Where did it all go? It's not making it past circuits anymore. And the other belt is, well, also having struggling issues. Smelters are going flat out. Smelters are going flat out. They're just not making it any further because, yes, I uncapped a lot of these boxes. On top of that, we're trying to now put several thousand items into all these towers, which is going to choke the system just a little bit. But, as I said, we can definitely keep dumping our old items in here, and they will get upgraded. Now, one thing I do want to upgrade, and we're going to turn off that, and we'll set it to pointer, is I do want to upgrade belts, sorters, and assemblers. They're 3 items you're going to use a lot of, and I don't mind paying the power requirements for Mark III assemblers. Obviously, I need to go fix the iron line, which I'll do off camera, but they're 3 things that you're going to use a lot of. You might notice like items like planetary substations, which planetary logistics stations and interplanetary logistics stations. These take 20 seconds to craft. These bad boys take 30 seconds to craft, and the orbital collectors take 30 seconds to craft as well. I don't mind. I don't mind if they take longer to get there because I don't use them all that often. But the belts and the sorters, you go through a lot of them. You go through a lot of them very quickly. So I do want the ability to mass store them. Okay, I'm going to put... No, I'm going to hold on to my assemblers. Okay, so... that's full. That's not quite full. We'll top that up slightly. Alright, so that brings us on to the next project. The next project is things that I haven't already automated. I've set up a brand new zone up here at the top of the map. It is the green zone. The green zone, where we are going to automate the last few things I don't have. So, we're going to start at the North Pole. This is the North Pole, is it not? Yes, that is the North Pole. Cool. Power at the South. Power at the South Pole, deliveries, and everything else at the North Pole. Okay, so the green zone is for deliveries, and what I want to do is I want to put a tower... landfill there and there. So, I want to put a tower basically on this line, okay? And then I want to put 2 neighboring towers. So between this one quarter of the map, this one quarter of the map, I want to put 2 more towers. They're going to go 2.5? Yeah, 2.5. So 1, 2.5, 1 there, 1, 2.5, 1 there. Is that right? No. Yes, there. There we go. We got it. All right. So the plan is that for every quarter of the map, I can fit 3 towers. So I have 3, I have 6, I have the start of 9. I'm probably not going to fit one in here because of the deuterium build, but that's okay. We'll rip up the deuterium build later. 1, 2.5. No. there. A lack of item. Lack of item. Awesome. Well, because lack of item is now a thing, we can now actually go over this tower and say, nope, wrong tower. That tower, and say, you know what? I want 8 of those straight in my inventory. Done. In my inventory, ready to go. Okay. I want to put that one there. Alright, so up here we're going to automate the other things that I haven't had automated yet. Like miniature particle colliders, and ray receivers, and EM rail ejectors, and maybe the energy exchanger, probably not. But you know, these larger items that require very, very late game items. So the way we're going to do these, and this is the beauty of, can I please get my green concrete? I was very happy with my green concrete. No, that's the wrong one. That one. Cool. Alright, the way we're going to do these is production. I'm going to put an assembler there. Okay, it's close enough. It's close enough to this tower. We're then going to bring out belts. Belt 1, belt 2, belt 3. Okay, I'm going to have you make... Let's start with a miniature particle collider. Okay, it requires 5 items. 5 items is really pushing it. So, we're going to bring out a 4th item. Just 4. Okay, I'm going to put in one of those storage containers that we're so fond of. We're going to go with the blue sorter. No, too far. Storage container. There. Blue sorter. Done. Okay. So I want to make miniature particle colliders. Okay. They require titanium alloy. They require blue things. Blue things. They require big chunky things. They also require graphene, and they're going to require processors. I don't really want to give them processors. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put another one here with another box here. I'm going to look in my production queue that something... Oh, look! The ray receiver also needs processors. And it needs blue thingies. Yes. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to come to here. No, we're going to come to here. We're going to change you up to do ray receivers. Ray receivers require steel, plus they require silicon, plus they require weird photon things that I don't have automated at all, plus they require processors. Okay, with that out of the way, we're then going to put in belts 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to bring out the 4th belt, which will actually tuck in nice and close. Yes. And I'm also going to bring a processor belt, which will be processors, out. Let's go up 1 level here, 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 and ground level, and slide that in the middle. Alright, so with that done, we now need to apply lots of sorters. I'm going to use the Mark 3s, just because with the Mark 3s, Mark 1 moves 1.5 trips per second per grid. Yeah, that's so confusing. It means that to go from this line to this line, it's going to do, well, actually it's going to go from here to here, so 1.5 in a second, okay? The bigger and better one is going to go 3 trips per second per grid. That's probably the wrong way around. Okay, so per grid, yellow ones, is going to go 1.5 in a second. The green ones are going to go 3, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3 per second. The green ones are going to go 6, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On top of that, they have a cargo stacking ability to carry 6 items at once. That's why they are so awesome, because they can pick up and drop off 6 items at a time. But it means here, I need to set all those. The only other thing I need to do is I need to set you to the building we're making, being the miniature particle collider. I need to set you to 100. These only need to bring in like 100 of each item. I do not need a heap, because this is going to be a very slow automation. Demand, 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 demand. Storage, 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 storage. Power poles, 1 in there, 1 in there, and 1 back into the network. And you are going to run a belt out there and into there. And we're going to have storage container dumped there. We're going to set you to 1 stack, maybe? Yes. And we're going to give you mini drones. Mini drones. I'm sure I had. Hey, 19. That's a start. Okay, so you can go pick up some of the items. Not all the items, but some of the items. And that should automate the very first item. The second item was you, which you have everything except you still needed blue motors. Blue motors are going to come out of this build. Number 2. And we'll bring that... you know what? We'll bring that like that. Because why not? Alright, again, sorters. In. You've already got an out. We'll take a belt from there to there to there. And pop that in there. We'll put a power pole there. Should power up everything. And... Okay, it looks like we're going to have multiple power poles. That's unfortunate. I would have liked to have done everything with one power pole. Okay, fine. Put a power pole there. Alright, so that should be you running as well. Again, I need mini drones, so we can now just open up map view, go here and say, yeah, I would like 100 drones, please. Actually, you know what? I will take the whole lot. I'll take all 199 off you. Alright, we're going to dump those in there. At the same time, I do need I need big vessels as well. I need to go in here and I want to have 82. You want to start with just 40 something. Dump those in there, and I need to set the drones to move 100% and the vessels to move 1%. Because yes, I am going to want to have these available in the network and in the tower. Oh, it helps if I set all the filters. What do we have? We have titanium. We have blue thingies. Yes. I have that, and I have that. Cool. Alright, so that's at least that up and running. You are going to need processors, steel, silicon, pink things which I have to automate, and same story, I need to cut these down to like 100 each, and you are going to be ray receivers, 100 as well. 100? Yeah, 100 should be fine. This chest I'm going to cap to like that. That one's capped way shorter. Excellent. Demand. Put in big shippies, little shippies, and we're done. And now, I just need to continue this process around. So we have that tile. We want to set up rail injectors. What else do I need? That's it currently. Yes. Where is the bigger power plant? There. Do I want a mini fusion power plant? Probably not. Probably not. There are a few other things that we'll slowly get researched for. That I do want to do in the other towers. That's why I have a number of towers. But yeah, we need to set up rail injectors. The last thing I need to do, which is probably pretty important still, is I want to bring out a bit of belts. Let's get rid of you, actually. I want to bring a bit of belts from here to here. I want to bring a bit of belts around the outside. Like all of the outside. Like all the outside. Because this is like the top of the planet. This we should hopefully be able to see from space. And it would be sometimes helpful, just for an orientation purposes, to be able to identify what's the top of the planet and what's the bottom of the planet before we just crash land into it. Can I put you actually here? And the best way to identify things is make sure that they have lights at night. So, first thing I've done is I put in some nice flashy things. As you can see, these are wireless power towers. These are going to charge Icarus real goods. real goods, day, night, whenever. They're going to provide plenty of power. Not that I really need it anymore, because Icarus is pretty badass at this point. But the other thing I want to do is... Actually, you know what? I'm going to put in a cart. I'm going to put in a cart. I'll see you guys in a minute. I'll set this up. I'll let the bots finish building. And yeah, then we'll talk about the belt that goes around the outside, because it's special. So... now we have, you know, our first, our second, our third, and as I said, technology-wise, we're going to be doing vertical launching silo, fourth. That doesn't unlock, that doesn't unlock, that unlocks, so probably an annihilation constraint sphere, because I have a feeling that's used in one item. And actually I have a feeling that item is that one. So it's used in the artificial star. So we have one more thing, two more things, three more things to automate. At the same time, we have the new Mark II smelters. So we have 5 things at least to automate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, it's like I planned it out or something. There is one thing I do need to import, and that is going to be space warpers. I'm going to bring in just 100 with a demand. And for the moment, I'll just put a power pole there with a wireless power tower there. And the way we're going to do this is we're literally going to bring this outer tile on slot number 1. Bring that into there, into there. Bring that out, slot number 6. You are 1 tile too far back. Bad tower. Try again. There to there. Slot number 6. And we'll use these to move warpers around. Slot 6, please. Use these to move warpers around tower to tower to tower. Just one to bring it in, and then a whole string of belts, because it works. It works, and it means that I only have to worry about logistically one spot where warpers come in. As for the belt around the outside, well, I have an interim solution. It's not the final solution. The final solution is a little bit more expensive, is probably the best way of putting it. But the channel tends to use blue a lot for, you know, background art and that sort of stuff. So I figured, you know what, we need some blue cubes, some very shiny blue cubes that are going to run around this whole build day and night, because I'm pretty sure I can see that from space. I'm pretty sure we can outline and see that blue line, because I know I could definitely see this from space. So we're going to have a green landing zone with power right there in the middle in case I need to make an emergency recharge. And also it's going to be looped with blue science. Also, blue science is really cheap. Like, at the end of the day, it's super cheap. So why not? Why not? Why not have some blue science loop around and keep everything happy? Now, of course, these are not running. I don't have enough super magnetic rings in the network. Mainly because... that build? No. Some part of this build. This part of this build? No. Super magnetic rings. What are you short on? You're not short on. You are actually running at full speed, and we're just using all of them. Okay, never mind. Yes, I don't have enough super magnetic rings. I don't have photon combiners in the network. I don't have steel in the network. I don't have gears in the network. More super magnetic rings. Yes. So next episode, we're going to be doing some extreme automation. At the same time, I'm going to take all those with me, it turns out, and go dump them back into the labs. So yeah, next episode, we're going to do some extreme automation, okay? Lots of little builds to make lots of little components to be used inside this, because this is still struggling. Actually, oh, they almost all fit. Can I just dump the extras ones in... there, there. Yeah, Pebble Science is struggling because we don't have nearly enough processors. This build. Yeah, we're not running that fast enough. But yes, I am. Next episode, we need to automate a whole bunch of things. Not automate more things, but more boost the production. Like, I don't need Mark II sorters at all. Cool. Ray transmission level 4. Excellent. So I'm going to see you guys in the next episode where we've probably knocked out... no, that's infinite tech. We're going to knock out that one as well. We're going to knock out that research. Veins utilization. I'm really putting that one off, actually. We will have unlocked universe exploration. At the same time, we'll probably unlock the launching silo as a prerequisite for sure. That's going to be on research. But yeah, we're going to start next episode with a bunch of tiny automation at the same time. Well, actually, maybe I'll do that off camera. I don't know. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, maybe that'll all get done and we'll just talk about it next episode. Because, like, you know, I need to have more smelting and more gear production and more coils and more gears and just more of little things. Not so much big construction lines, just basic things to go in here to make sure this stays full. Because, like, I'm trying to make several hundred smelters and several hundred miners, and this is just pathetic. Yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you're enjoying. If you haven't clicked the subscribe button, you're definitely past due to do so. Oh, and we also need to turn that on. Cool. More things to do. Yeah, you definitely past time to do so. Same time, I will remind you that, yes, I do stream this Dyson Sphere over on Twitch. Today's Sunday, I believe, Australian time, so I'm probably streaming right now if you wish to come over and join me. We're probably working through, or at least planning for this week's worth of videos. Anyway, with all that said, this is definitely what I'm going to call it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the very next video. Alright, bye.